Thank you, Lord. I made it. I just want to thank, first and foremost, God Almighty. I want to thank my mom, thank my husband, my kids. I am doing the most, right? I am doing it. Look at her. Look at her. Creatively Analytic, Nat B here. That's me. Guys, today is braces appointment number 13. So it should have been appointment number 12, but they brought me back in for a check before removal. I may or may not be getting my braces removed at this appointment. They think they're removing my braces, but I'm going in to have a conversation about two spaces, and I'll show you when I come to a stop, that I still see there. And they may very well tell me that, okay, those gaps aren't going to close, which may be the case, because I remember at our initial conversation, and I mentioned it in this video, that he said, you know, we may not be able to close that gap in the center all the way, and you may have to get something like veneers. He may not have said that, but may have to look to other things to fully close that gap in the middle. Well, the gap in the middle fully closed, but the ones on the side, right here and right here, are not fully closed, which it does not terribly bother me, but I still want to have that conversation. So if there is a chance that we can fully close them and leave it on longer, hey, let's do that. I mean, yeah, I wanted to get them off, but I done had them on for almost 2 years now. Golly, that sounds awfully long. So what's another couple of months at this point? What I don't want to happen is take them off, and then I hear people say like, yeah, I'm gonna put my braces back on again. Absolutely not. No.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I will not be one of those people, okay? But even though I've never driven in New York, that's just the hit it in Florida, yeah, I'm gonna have that conversation. So yeah, I won't be disappointed if they say, yeah, let's leave it on a little longer. So yeah, what's on the calendar for me with them is 9 o'clock, take my braces off, and then they have me at 4:30 come back for my retainer, which I'm getting a permanent retainer. And I realize I have to go down like this for you guys to see my eyes, because I'm wearing glasses today. Or I could take them off, but I'm not doing that right now. And I talked about these glasses in another video. Might have been a hair video. I really like the frame of these glasses. What I don't like is that the ends are beveled, and I don't know if you can tell in these glasses, but for somebody that has a migraine and they get an aura, with the aura it distorts your vision, and when I look out of the side, or they're just the peripheral shots out of the bevel parts of the glasses, it gives me that aura feeling. I don't like that. All right, guys, let me get to this appointment and I will come back to you. Yeah, it's 9:10, probably 9:11 at this point. This is the latest I've ever been for an appointment. Oh boy. So I'm waiting for an x-ray. I took time and did my hair today. I don't know why I did that. I just had my moles done for my retainer. A little smaller than they could be, so I could speak to my regular dentist about getting them widened, which it's not that serious for me. It's really not that serious for me. And I really wasn't complaining, so it's really not that noticeable over here, but on this side, it's a little gap, but yeah, it's not that serious. So what happened? I have to tell you now. Like, I have a full day. Yeah, so but I need to tell you now so I don't forget. How about I did my hair this morning? Why did I not think about this appointment? Because I was all like this, all on my hair. He had his hand on my head. She was coming around doing the retainer. So if you're in the hair videos, I'm gonna include the link to the braid out, because I did a braid out for the first time and it came out really nice. So it may not be looking really nice right now, but you can check out that video. So when I got in there, he talked about that. And then the first thing they did was put the permanent retainer. I've talked about that in previous videos, why I wanted that, because I already knew I have a strong piece of vein, whatever that is. I knew that once my braces came off, it was gonna push it out. So I said, I want a permanent retainer. And I saw with my daughter's teeth, when she had her first set of braces on, as soon as her braces came off, her teeth started to spread. So I was like, give me a permanent retainer. So they put that on first while my braces were still on. So once that got on, then they took off my braces. That taking off the actual braces, I have a high pain tolerance, and I'm not gonna say that it hurt, but there were 2 periods where I felt like, oh, okay. No, not that it was painful, it was just like, oh, okay. And then, you hear noises elevated inside your head. So I was like, wow, teeth are strong, because inside my head, it felt like worse than what it was when they were taking off the brackets. The top part in the picture, you'll see it came off in one piece, but the bottom piece, she said, was shattering too much. So she took it off one by one, and that sounded like she was pulling teeth out or cracking teeth out. So that was a little uncomfortable, but that came off. So once that came off, then you'll see in this picture, it was just glue on my teeth. Glue was on there, then the doctor came back, and then he drilled the glue off. He also asked if I wanted him to go ahead and even out these teeth here, and I was like, go for it, let's do it. So I'm glad he did that, and he glued off the teeth, and he was like, it's gonna sound like I'm working really quick, and I need to, so that your teeth don't heat up. I felt bad. He was like, you're gonna feel a lot of air, because then she was over there doing something with air, whatever, suction air, they were doing their thing. And at some point I did feel what he was talking about with the tooth heating up, and he was like, if you need a break, let me know, because I was about to tap out at some points, but then he would go on to the next tooth. So that was the second uncomfortable or thing that I would say was, and then after he did that, got off the glue, then he went through and polished it. That was also at certain points not really fun, but again, it was quick, it didn't last very long. So then when that was done, then she did my molds for my retainers, which I am coming back at 4:40 today. Oh, times, I did insert times. So when I got here late, 9, 10, 11, so my appointment probably started about 9:15. Right now it is 10:38. So this was a longer appointment. So yeah, I'm coming back at 4:40 to get my retainers on. Sorry, not my retainers on, but my plastic retainers. I do feel like I don't have an accessory. My braces have been an accessory for so long. So that's my update for now. I'll come back to you at 4:40. Right now, I am headed to my office to print out some sheets because I have properties to show. I may or may not include some of that in this video, because I'm showing almost $600,000 houses today, videoing them for a client that I have in Seattle. It's actually a vet. Yes, he's in Seattle. He lives in, oh my gosh, he lived in Hawaii before that. They're ready to come back to Georgia, or to come to Georgia. And yeah, so I'm gonna be videoing some houses for them, some that they really like. I may include some, or I may just tell you to go check that out on the real estate channel. I'm gonna print out those papers, and I'm going to meet one of my colleagues. We're meeting at Panera because we're doing having a little strategy session together. So I'm meeting her there, then I'm doing the showings, and I'm coming back here for my 4:40, then I'm going home. And that is the plan. And that's the plan. I am done. Got my braces on. Do my George Jefferson walk. Yo! Listen. I knew I had my braces off this morning, but like, this was like my last appointment. Like, I got my retainer. Like, ain't done, son. I am done. All right, let me get in this car. Yes, sir. Yes. Who is that? All teeth. All right, act right. Woo! Thank you, Lord. I made it. I just want to thank, first and foremost, God Almighty. I want to thank my mom. Thank my husband, my kids. I am doing the most, right? I am doing it. Look at her. Look at her. Got some braces. Got some floss. Cleaners for the braces. Hello. If you are in the Loganville, Grayson, Gwinnett area, they have an office in Decula. They have one in Bethlehem, and you are looking for an orthodontist. Tell them I referred you so that I can get into the Retainer for Life program. I can get a new pair of retainers every year, free.
Oh my God! Wow!
Please, if you found them, if you found Embrace Orthodontics, which I just love them. Shout out to my girls. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I had my favorite tech for my last appointment. I haven't had her in so long. It was a perfect way to end the show. Okay. Yes, I need to wear my retainers for 10 to 12 hours a day. I need to wear my retainers for 10 to 12 hours a day, which I will be doing. I'm going to be wearing them. They said there are people that come back within a couple of months and their teeth have been moved and they have to go ahead and get braces back on. Not I. No. Mark these words in this video. And I was like, well, that must be kids. I could see kids doing that. They were like, no, they have adults doing that. And they have adults that pay for the aligners and don't wear them. You must have money to waste, because I cannot see paying all this money and just, okay. I am happily wearing my retainers at night and downtime when I'm chilling and I am not doing anything. That's gonna be me. Oh my gosh, my mood changed because my mood coming here was not good. Like, I'm gonna just tell you a story real quick because I don't want it to get me back in a funk. I want to stay here because I'm about to go home and see my family and they don't know that this happened. So yes, I'm gonna have fun with that. But what happened was, viewing property, I pulled up. I had an appointment from 3 to 3:30. I pulled up at like 3:28. There were two sets of cars there and they were both in the house. So normally if you show up to show a property, you wait for the other person to finish showing. So one, I'm like, normally you have an appointment window and it's only your appointment. So I'm like, that confused me. Like, why during my appointment time are other people there? Granted, I'm late, so okay, that still confused me. So I'm like, all right, let me give it a few minutes. I filmed the outside and then I'm like, okay, well, they're inside, both of them. So maybe it's like an open house kind of thing. So I started to walk up to the door and one of the agents was like, we're gonna call her Amina Singh. And I'm gonna use context clues here. So Amina Singh was like, hey, another agent and I are in here showing and we'll be done in like 5 minutes. So she like word stopped me, let me know like, don't come in because we're in here showing. So I was like, okay, but I have a showing. I had an appointment, but I went ahead and I waited. She was like, yeah, okay, but we'll be done in 5 minutes. So I'm waiting, still trying to make sense of it in my head. A few minutes later, Karen and Barbara come out because that was the other set that was showing. So now it's just Amina Singh and her client in there and I'm still standing out here. So I'm like, all right, listen, I'm about to go into this house. But now Amina Singh is on the phone with, I guess, the husband of the client talking about the house. So I'm talking old Tasha off the ledge. Like, listen, I need to get in this house because I'm about to be late. Furthermore, it's just me and I need to do video. So I'm not gonna be in your way. I could do downstairs, I can do upstairs. Like me, I try to have consideration for other agents sitting outside, it's hot. I try to have consideration, but everybody's not built that way. Old Tasha off the ledge. So finally, they decide, okay, they're leaving. So Amina Singh says to me, granted that's not her name, but she says, oh, this is how I met it. The lockbox was undone, no key was there. She was like, yeah, this is just how I met it. So then I'm like, oh, heck no. So the seller left the door unlocked. They left it open. So it looked like he worked from home and he like just stepped out and unlocked the house so that agents could just come in. So the seller intended for agents just to come in and see the house. But Amina Singh took it upon herself to kind of bogart me and say, you know, when we're done, you can come in. So my question is, Amina, why was it okay for Betty and Karen to come in the house and view it with you, but it was not okay for Natasha to come in by herself when she showed up? I hope you got all the context clues that I threw out there. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there, and I'm gonna be over here in this joy over here with these teeth that are straight. Yes, yes, yes. I'm about to go home. Yes, be with my family, give them the surprise and the shock, and let's see if they catch it. I may bring you back some footage. If not, I'll come back to you. I really don't know what I'm coming back to you with. I think the next video is going to be just maybe what I wish I would have known about getting braces. Not even what I wish. It's gonna be I'm thinking about getting braces as an adult. Should I do it? The first video I did, I was uncomfortable. Do you guys remember that I came in the car and I was like, how do I smile? Uncomfortable. This is a video that I posted on my YouTube channel, on my real estate channel the other day. Girl, I am cheesing. I cheese. Like, I do not hold back my smile at all with the braces. So it was just part of me and it was just nothing. All right, I'm back. So just finished dinner and I was home for maybe 3 hours-ish, had light conversation, was in my office working, came downstairs, and then the family was all in the kitchen. And I already had it in my mind, like, if they don't realize after dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and record and make it known, because I don't have time for that, because I need to get my retainers on. But I said something and then I smiled and my daughter was like, Mom, you got your braces off. And then everybody like chimed in and my husband was like, you always doing this stuff. Like, I'll do something and I'll wait for somebody to just notice it. So yes, they noticed. So I am about to brush my teeth, floss, and then put on my retainer. So I'll be back to let you know how that goes, and I'll definitely be back tomorrow morning to let you know how my first night with sleeping with the retainers was. I just finished flossing my teeth. It's so nice to floss without braces. I'm so used to it though, so it's like flossing without braces is just like a breeze. And oh, yes, it's just the best. And for people that don't floss, once you have braces and you floss, it's like flossing is just, I just can't put into words. All right, so now I'm going to floss my permanent retainer, and they told me how to floss. So basically I have to push this. My permanent retainer is right back here at the top. So I have to push this in here and there's a little hole. There's no food trapped in there, and then I'm done. All right, let me goggle, and then I'm gonna put on my retainer. Two things I needed to mention. One is my gums are tender, and they told me it's gonna be like that for a while. Actually, three. Two is, with my gums being tender, if I do, they told me to wait a while before I go to whatever dentist I'm going to have this work done. That was my number two. And then three, if I decide to have these teeth extended to fill up those gaps, then I'm also gonna have to go back and get my retainers redone, because my retainers won't fit anymore. So back to number two, if you notice, if this is your first time watching me or watching this video, then you don't know that in previous videos, we spoke about this gum is down lower than this one. So the orthodontist had some options, but I opted to go with, hey, just taking that out. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I have an appointment scheduled. All right, here are my retainers. My retainers. Okay, let's put them on. All right, we're gonna do bottom first. And I'm supposed to walk them back. I feel like there needs to be a song in that, so. Child, this is the top retainer. That was an epic fail. Okay, retake, okay. I'm like, how did my teeth move so quickly? Okay, that actually happened to my daughter. By the time they took off her retainers, her braces, and we went back to get her retainers on, her teeth had spread so much they couldn't get the retainers on. So that's how I knew to get a permanent retainer up top. I'm be talking funny. So why did I do this? I have to make a client a phone call, and I'm not gonna be oh god, I should have thought this through. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow to let you know how my first night in retainer was. Good morning, slow morning. I'm still getting used to talking in these, but I'm good. I've actually, it's 9:50 and I've been up since 7 something. I got up, I took my daughter to school, I rinsed out my mouth with mouthwash, and I kept my retainers in. So now I actually have to get dressed and get ready because I have a mammogram appointment. So ladies, make sure you're making your appointment and taking care of yourself. This is actually my first mammogram, and I hear it's not a great appointment, but I know it's a needed appointment, so I am going. And I'm gonna do a video on that. So I'm gonna link the video here if it's posted. If not, subscribe and check out that video. But yeah, it went well. So I'm gonna pop these out. They told me to wash them with antibacterial soap and brush it with his own toothbrush. So I'm gonna use the toothbrush that I had for my braces. It's just an extra one that I had. So I'm gonna use this for my retainer and put it in my retainer kit. They said keep it up high from kids and pets. I don't have any, but they said they always hear from people that don't have any that have issues. So yeah, and then they gave me these tablets to use, I think once a month. Not to use hot water because it's plastic, it will melt it, but to clean them, I think they say once a month. And it's like for dentures, and you can get this at the store. So that's really it. I'm feeling good. I'm cool with rocking my retainers because I want to maintain my teeth, and that's gonna be it for this update. Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.